Hello, welcome to this explanation of the future tense for German. We'll be looking at how it links to English and formation and a brief example at the end. First of all, in terms of how it links to English, you need to be aware that English can actually do more things to show the future than the Germans can with their tenses. For example, our most obvious one for English, I will buy a car. We get Ich werde ein Auto kaufen. Your next alternative in English you've almost certainly used would be I am going to buy a car, which would still be Ich werde ein Auto kaufen. Now I had to think about this myself and do a little bit of research, but there's always another way of doing it in English. We could also say I shall buy a car, which is still Ich werde ein Auto kaufen. Lastly, you could always be sneaky and use the present tense to avoid having to think about it at all, just like we do in English in fact. For example, this weekend I am buying a car. In German we would get Ich kaufe ein Auto. As you'll have noticed, throughout all three of the main examples there we had werden. That means to become, as in one thing becomes another. Very important verb, mostly because of how often it is used to form the future tense in German. The next part would be an infinitive verb, a verb that would start with to. For example, to be or to play, to eat, to fly, and that has to be at the end of your clause, not necessarily your whole sentence though. Now, let's have a look at formation, how we'll actually apply some of this. First of all, werden. We start with Ich werde, you've already seen several times, and then you'll notice the next two, for du wirst, sie, es wird, they're not quite the same. It's a strong verb, so the E changes to an I in this case. Then for the rest of the plural, it is the same as you'd expect. You can always go back and pause if you need more there. Now, in terms of differences, you'll be able to see more clearly now between English and German. The man shoots a rabbit. There he is, he's dead. Then for the future tense, the man will shoot the rabbit. Now for German, slightly different. Der Mann wird das Kaninchen erschießen. So you can see there how the verb is moved towards the end of the sentence. Hopefully that's enough to help you make a start. If you have any questions, make sure you get in touch.